may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. Hey!
My name is Brittany Weir, and I have 3 kids at the center. Ella, she's almost 5, Angelo, he's almost 3, and Lucille is 5 months old. When I first started bringing my kids, I started with just my daughter Ella. At the time, she was almost 3. So yeah, it's been about 3 years now.
My name is Michelle, and I have Bailey Henderson. She's 4, Chad is 3. It was my first time any of my kids were ever in daycare, so to have my baby B in there, I was a little nervous, but the teachers in there made that go away.
So when we first started, my daughter Ella, she was in Dreamcatchers, so that was her first classroom, and we immediately fell in love with the teachers. This was the first time that she was in a school setting, so there were nerves on both ends for me and my daughter, and she just fell in place just seamlessly. It was such an easy transition. They tolerated my crazy phone calls, several times a day, and just made me feel so comfortable that I wasn't a bother at all.
What is your favorite thing about the center?
Probably, it's all great. I don't really have nothing compared to, but the outside, since you guys redid the Outback with the gardening and everything, that gives them more of a learning experience.
Mm-hmm. My sister-in-law is a teacher, and she works with kindergartners, and she just says that Ella's so prepared, and she still has a year of growth, essentially. She knows all her letters. When I watch her color, and now she's writing letters, she thinks she's writing words, but just the fact that she knows these letters, the things she says, I've spoke to Miss Kim about it before, they just really encourage speaking to the kids like they would speak to the adults, and that has just really made Ella's vocabulary flourish. The other day I caught her using a phrase, she said, determine a solution, and it just really blew my mind, but she's always saying things like that, and I really appreciate that sort of communication with her.
When we first started with Bailey, I thought she was behind. She might have had learning development issues, but once they started here, she's blown it out the water. She's where she needs to be at. She comes home, she's like, Mom, I've got B for Bailey. And she points out little B's and big B's, and it just...
So you think she's
the learning
ready for kindergarten?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, with the beginning with Bailey, this never gave me any doubts. When we did leave for like a couple months at a time, this was my first go-to spot to bring them back to.
It's just really been a nice shoulder to lean on, knowing that I have someone outside of my personal life that I can kind of confide in here. I always see pictures throughout the day on Facebook about, it's not just them playing, there's, they're gardening. I see them building with blocks and just so much more than just a playground.
If you had one word to describe the center, what word would you say describes us?
Outstanding, just from everything.
I would definitely say supportive, as I mentioned. I just have received so much love and support, and just completely judgment-free zone, and I really appreciate everything from the Christmas help that we've received in the past. There's been times where I have worried about being able to provide for my kids. I know that's not, the important things, the gifts, but it's definitely something that gives me peace of mind and just makes me happy, when maybe I'm feeling stressed in that time of year. But, they've really stepped in and taken that off of my shoulders in the past. So that's been a really, really wonderful blessing that I've received from the center.
It may look like I'm surrounded.